You have all been waiting for this moment for a long time, haven't you? The second I posted anything related to this upcoming month, you guys got excited. I could see it in the comments, I could see it in how many likes that post got, and I apologize for delaying it a day. But here's the thing. There's going to be a lot going on this month, so delays like this may or may not happen. But I promise you, I will still get these videos out one way or another. Not to mention, this isn't going to be the entire month of June, because there's going to be a few days afterwards, because it's only going to be up to 23 days, but I'm going to make sure it lasts, because we have a lot to talk about, because we're talking about Season 5 of SpongeBob SquarePants, as I like to call the beginning of the downfall, the Dark Ages Act 1, if you will. But I will say this with zero transparency. Season 5 is still an okay season. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just okay. But with that said, though, boy, does this one have some really good episodes hidden throughout a lot of mediocrity. So, I'm going to do my best to keep this fun and lighthearted, but just be aware this may be a little bit more cynical. Not this video, certain ones that may or may not come after. Just a heads up for you. Also, if you're wondering why am I doing it in this format, it's for the sake of consistency, because it seems like every SpongeBob Month video I've done like this, outside of the obvious reactions. So, it's kind of just fitting into the theme by me sticking with recording it exactly just like this. And while I do have some gripes with Season 5, okay, a lot, like I said, the season's just okay, man, it started off with a bang, because I'm just going to say right now, this is arguably one of the best seasons of best specials of SpongeBob ever. It has been a fan favorite of many. It is a fan favorite episode of many. And while I can't say it's my personal favorite because Dungeons and Dragons exists, and that's like my all-time favorite SpongeBob episode, Friend or Foe is still, in my opinion, a flawless, emotional, very funny, and highly entertaining special. I love this episode. And I literally have no gripes with it. There's no cons to it at all. It's pretty much nothing but positivity. So, yes, we may get a little bit cynical during the course of this marathon, but trust me when I say, when we get to the good stuff, I will not at all hesitate to praise it. And we're starting off with arguably the best episode of the entire season. Yes, I know that may seem like a bit of an oxymoron, but this episode really is something amazing. And honestly, up until now, I kind of thought it was just part of Season 4. Because it feels like something out of Season 4. It's the quality of Season 4. So, let's not waste any more time and dive right in. What's up? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Animation Station, your number one station for anything and everything animation, including TVs and movies as well. I'm your host, Jackson Small. Welcome to the grand return of SpongeBob SquarePants to the channel with SpongeBob Month Chapter 5 premiere, Friend or Foe. So, in this special, we get two storylines. Let's start with the SpongeBob part, and we'll talk about the Patchy stuff later, because yes, Patchy is in the special. So, in the SpongeBob portion, it's Mr. Krabs' birthday, and he thinks he's getting a cake. But instead, he gets Plankton, who pulls off a scheme that almost works of getting the Krabby Patty formula. And it leads SpongeBob to question, well, why do they hate each other so much? Why did they become enemies? And we spend the rest of the episode learning their backstory. Like, we learn that Krabs grew up very poor. His mom had to literally make his clothes from rags. And Plankton, always trying to be the scientist and show off his brilliance, but gets bullied a lot. In fact, they both get bullied a lot. But when they see that Mr. Stinky, as I'm going to call him, because the name of the restaurant is Stinky Burgers, when they see that he makes bad food, but the kids still like him, well, lispect him. Sorry, funny pun. They decide to give it a chance themselves. However, their first attempt doesn't work. A, they open up at the dump. B, their plan also backfires almost immediately because they have to deal with the fact that Stinky ended up getting shut down by the health department off screen. So they move into a trailer. They put the trailer in the middle of the dump. That was not very smart. And apparently the burgers they make at first taste really bad. So that's pretty much the A plot of the story. We learn about Krabs and Plankton's backstory and how it became a friendship turned rivalry. Then we have the B plot of the episode with Patchy. And in this episode, Patchy is working at this burger joint along with Potty working for Captain Pirateson, obviously Bill Fagerbaki, playing a very, very goofy character. And, well, Patty and Potty end up having a disagreement that turns into a fallout to kind of mirror the themes of the actual animation, which I think is actually really clever. And then, with a little bit of help from Potty, who ends up becoming assistant manager, he tries to help Patchy make a burger. Problem is, he's really bad at it. And they think that he's not, well, Patchy thinks Potty's not being supportive. They end up getting into a food fight, which gets them into Mr. Pirate's office, and it gets them both fired. And then the episode ends with Patchy getting in a food fight with a gorilla. It's stupid, it's goofy, but it is so funny. Like, I don't get why people hate the Patchy bits so much. Well, okay, yes, I do, because the Patchy bits are very, very, very corny. But it's corny in a very charming and funny way. I liked them in Ugh. I liked them in they weren't in Have You Seen This Now? Sorry, I'm trying to remember them all. I liked them in Ugh. I liked them in the Christmas special. Like, whenever they're in a special, they automatically find a way to make it at least a little bit better. Even the bad ones that we gotta talk about in this marathon, like Atlantis Scorpianus. We'll get there when we get there. Point is, there's a lot going on in this episode, and it definitely feels integral to the franchise in one way or another. You can make your own decision on the Patchy stuff. The Patchy stuff, I can understand if you don't like it because it's corny, but the actual episode itself is some of the best animation you are ever going to see from SpongeBob. It's some of the best writing, it's some of the best storytelling, and it gives a very pivotal piece of lore to the franchise. Like, yes, I know SpongeBob doesn't really follow much continuity, but I think it still works in the episode's favor. In fact, this episode's so great, I have 3 highlights. Yes, 3. First one is when Mr. Krabs and Plankton first discover money because they're at the carnival and they find a penny on the ground. So what does Mr. Krabs do with that penny? The first thing he ever buys is a balloon for Plankton. It's so cute. Like, it is so, so cute. Then the second highlight I have is from the Patchy segment. It's my favorite joke. When Patchy tries his own burger and hates it. For defiling me, taste buds, I sentence you to walk the plank. And you see the Patty literally walk the plank into a trash can of water. Like, yeah, you can tell it's just a string, but it is so funny. And then the final highlight of the episode, I think this is the part that many people remember most about this episode, is what happened in the fallout of Krabs and Plankton's friendship. They ended up getting in a disagreement, and as soon as Plankton leaves, it knocks over this shelf of ingredients that go right into this meat. And Mr. Krabs is about to just eat the rest of it. And then it turns out it creates the Krabby Patty batter. Yeah, like, we don't know what the actual ingredients are. It's left ambiguous. But Plankton, in a way, created the Krabby Patty. What a unexpected origin for one of the most famous foods in all of animation. And it also just makes the whole thing a lot more tragic, because you kind of understand why Plankton wants to steal the recipe now, because he finds out that he kind of helped Krabs get this burger that gave him his success, while he was left to struggle for the rest of his life. And then the episode ends with him trying to get another scheme by playing emotional pathos with Krabs and Karen, and trying to run away from Karen, but they all just run in a circle. Why? I don't know. Maybe they just need a few more minutes of animation. I don't know. But yeah, those are my 3 highlights for the episode, and yeah, like I said, no flaws with this special whatsoever. I think it's funny, I think it's heartfelt, I think it's tragic, and it is very, very entertaining. And all these years later, it is still one of the best specials of the entire franchise. Yes, SpongeBob's overall track record with specials is a little bit dodgy, because you have some good ones and you have some bad ones, but this is definitely one that belongs in the good side. And it's arguably one of, if not the best special in the entire series. It's a lot of people's favorite special. Like I said, I can't say that's mine because I love Dungeons and Dragons too much, but this is easily top 3 at the very least. And because of that, I think Friend or Foe deserves a final verdict of a strong, perfect, very well-deserved 20 out of 20. Now, if you're wondering why I'm saying 20, it's because I said this in previous SpongeBob months, but for those of you that are just joining me now, I give specials double points. Because they're specials and they're double length, so double the points. I just thought it made sense, but yeah, just what a phenomenal special. If you, for whatever reason, have not seen it yet, watch it. This is one of the most essential episodes you need to watch in all of SpongeBob. And it will truly show you how amazing this show can be when everything's firing on all cylinders. Amazing special, amazing episode, an amazing start to a not-so-amazing season. And I think that's going to be about it. Excuse me. I think that's going to be about it for this one. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, stay tuned. There's a lot more SpongeBob content coming on the way. Especially today, because today you're going to be getting the actual stuff that's scheduled now that we're done playing catch-up. So, I will see you next time when we continue our dive into SpongeBob Season 5 with the first 2 proper episodes of the season with Nightlight and the original Fry Cook. Until then, have a sponge-tastic day, and I'll see you next time. We cannot take it anymore.